Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory go to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, that rule well and that taught us His truth, among many other things. Salutations to the sincere Achim out there that are doing the work, in sincerity and truth, that believe in Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, and to the few sincere sisters out there, Shalom. Yeah, man, Yahweh Dazah, gonna get another edifying video out there, to edify the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the true Hebrew Israelites that are spread around the four corners of the earth. We are the true Hebrew Israelites. We're not a bunch of bywords. We are the ones that Yahushua is coming back for, man. Yahweh Dazah, of course, because he's coming back for his elect, among the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because 2/3 of our people will die, man, in Babylon and around the world. A lot of our people that want to stick to these, stick to being an African American, black, or Mexican, or want to stick to their enemies, being a Sambo. Those are going to perish, man. If you want to stick to your enemies, you're going to perish, man. But of course, we have our people out there that look like our enemies, but through their father's seed, to their father's house, go back to one of the 12 tribes. Not all of our people look like, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, but if this word resonates with your spirit, then you are a Jake, man. Jake is short for Jacob, Jacob descendant, because we all, the 12 tribes, come from our forefather Jacob, and the forefather of Esau, the forefather of Edom is Esau, and these are the so-called white people, and they are ruling in this world in total wickedness. And concerning that, there's another article that got sent in the chat, saying this is some just some ultimate filth that these devils are doing. Let me just read in this article. This is from Our Day. This is one of the biggest news outlets out there. And you know how Esau works through his media, which goes back to Medea, which goes back to the goddess of illusion. And Medea is the goddess of, the goddess of illusion. And Esau, through his media, is perpetually bringing out this filth to pollute the minds of our people, man, to accept this bullshit, man. Esme has a child with a couple. When my waters broke, they immediately came to mop. Wow, how cute. Fuck all that, man. It's lucky, but this is some filth, man. This is very vexing to the mind. I just made a video about how vexing this earth is. This world, man. How wicked it is. And then jump in the chat, boom, this comes out. Hey, Yahweh Shai needs to come back, man. That's why we are hastening the day, man. This is some nonsense, man. Childbirth. Women who have been doing it for ages and never stop talking about it. Childbirth is beautiful and very difficult and changes your life. In this series, parents create openness by sharing the honest story of their birth. This week, Esme Ross gave birth to her child in a multi-parent family. Why can't I have two wives or three wives then? Oh, you're misogynist. Oh, this is female unfriendly. Oh, we need to have another slut walk. My body, my choice. Speaking about that, why isn't that going for the males, man, for the men? It's my body, my choice. I don't want that poison in my body. What about that then? This world is totally filled with hypocrisy and filth, man. But let me jump down. As a child, as May Roos, 28, still fucking stupid as hell. From Hoogmeet of Hoogmaden knows for sure. Before 25th, she will be a mother. She has never had a love affair, but she is a mother. She had a son last year with a couple of 2 men who lived near her. Bunch of sodomites. She did not like waiting for a dream man. For Russ, This was the ideal way to bring a child into the world as a single woman. And this is the filth. This is the product of feminism, of sodomy, and of the that perverse spirit that is going through the earth, man. This is perverseness, man. Because Esau, a perverse man, is ruling the earth. I read about it in a magazine and saw many advantages. My own deep-rooted desire to have children and that of someone else, and it and the possibility that I could continue to work in care for the disabled without the baby having to go to daycare several days a week. So here it goes into, let me get this. And after a call on social media and many dates, um, intended parents Niels and Patrick emerge as the winner. The trio takes this is totally turned upside down, man. The trio takes the time to get to know each other well. They meet every week to go on holiday together before trying to conceive. They draft a contract with the help of a family lawyer. Even this system just is, hey man. After 5 attempts at self-insemination as maids pregnant, despite the C19, the fathers were allowed to go to all checks and ultrasounds. Everyone reacted positively to the fact that our baby has three parents. It is confusion, man. When a water break after 38 weeks, just like in the movie, she immediately calls the dads of her child. These two hues of men. They came immediately and were mopping the bedroom together. So fucking what? Unbelievable, man. Salakia. When the contractions have started, the trio leaves the hospital in Leiderdorp, and is near Amsterdam. I managed to stay in my bubble, and Amsterdam is a cesspool of damn demons. We teach there every week, man, for years already, and it keeps getting worse and worse with all these sodomites, man. Last week they had, or the week before that they had that anti-abortion. That shit ain't even for here. It's about the woe for what was it? The Wade versus Roe bill. That's American legislation, man. But then they want to make their voice heard over here. But it is what it is. But let me just go into this. So the files blah blah blah. The pain medication, whatever. Made me jump down. The non-biological father cut the umbilical cord exactly as we discussed and recorded together beforehand. What kind of a man are you to be part of this, man? That shows you that this is a backward society, man. Things are turned upside down, man. Totally wicked. Son Seth is born after 45 minutes of pressing in the cut. I thought the cut was fine, blah 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 blah. He was placed in the chest. The non-biological father cut the umbilical cord exactly as we had discussed and recorded together beforehand. You know, they made that agreement or whatever. They to see the man with the baby was emotional. It was so much harder for a vagabond couple to have a child than for a single female or a lesbian couple. We all three shed tears and it was successful. So when she is discharged from the hospital with her baby, for her maternity week starts with no fewer than 3 men in the house. The fathers were with me and our son uh, day and night during the first week. That turned out to be very intensive for me. So we split up after 5 days, and I started doing the nights myself. Of course, this is a bunch of BS. That's why, man. Bunch of numbskulls together, man. But the first months of his life, Seth is mainly with his mother. Slowly, he goes more and more to the house of his fathers to become a damn flaming vagabond, a bundle of sticks. Because that's what you're seeing. The child will mimic that which he sees. You know, foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, and you know, if you beat your child, if you teach him the scriptures, you beat your child with times, just like Yahweh Basham Yahushai is chastening the ones that he loves. Why? To get your mind right, man. But look how they are raising their children. And when you go to these, elementary schools, they're teaching them sodomy and things like this, man. Books, me and my two dads, me and my two moms, and all that type of nonsense, man. This is what gets the future, the future generations destroyed, man. The three parents are now on 50-50 distribution of care. Ross sees her multi-parent family as one family in two houses. As far as and then it's okay. But when a man says he wants his own house, according to the scriptures, because when a female is unclean, she needs to be separated and all that. If that's possible, hey, you can do it, man. That's something that I do and you always continue to do. But if you do that, people will look at you like you're like doing something wicked. Even when you talk to Jake in the beginning, they'd be like, "Hey," but then they see the benefits. It's of course because this world is teaching you the total opposite, man. If you want to have multiple, you cheating. No, no, you're not. The Most High gave King David his master's wives. You know, Gideon had many. He had three score and 10 sons because he had many wives, and so on and so on. But there's law, statutes, and commandments on how to deal with multiple wives. Deuteronomy 21. You have Exodus, Genesis 21. As far as I can, just from the top of the dome, can just throw out there. There are law, statutes, and commandments on how to deal in certain situations. But these people, they are the total opposite, man. And that's why this world needs to go, man. Salaki for the rant, but this is something that is vexing, man. But let me finish this damn article, man. As far as she's concerned, being a mother in the most most beautiful thing there is, and she knows one thing for sure: a second, it will certainly come. May Yahweh Basham Yahshai curse that household according to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Basham Yahshai, man, which is unending. So there will be some beautiful curses up in that household, in both of them households, man, of these sodomites and this damn harlot, man. There's perpetuating the wine, basically, the wickedness of Babylon, man, of confusion, of that nonsense, man, that sodomite agenda. Because this is all what it is, man. This is pure sodom. You see it already. Let me go into some scriptures, man. This is crazy, man. It's damn sodomites, man. But hey, let me go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 9. And you see it in the face, man, because there's a certain demon on them. That's why you can recognize it, man. The show of their countenance do it witness against them. You see it in their face, their countenance. You see a certain spirit on these damn sodomites, man, and these Gomorrites, man. These people are all about doing things that are against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. And if it's normal, why are you pushing it upon the people that don't want anything to do? They don't want anything to do with this damn nonsense, man. Why do we need to push this agenda to the children? If it's normal, if it's natural, the child will become a damn vagabond, right? But it's not natural. It's the filth of this earth. It's demons that jump on these people, man. It's the lust that is within their own members that they are following after, man. And then, they do these type of things, man. Because if you go into the back door, if it's with a woman or man with man, it's both abomination, man. It's sodomy. The anus is made to push out excrement, man, to push out the bodily waste, not to insert certain things in, man. That creates, uh, 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 basically your situation so that your body cannot even function in the way it's supposed to, man. Because people end up on the in the how you call that in English, in a hospital, man. I mean, that's what is going down. End up in the damn in the operation on the operation table because you have an inanimate object stuck in your behind or whatever. It's crazy, man. So the show of their countenance, their face is, let me see, the show of their countenance do witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. So destruction unto them, man. Woe goes into lamentation, to sorrow. That's what it is. Woe at last, oh, passionate cry of grief and despair. It goes into probably from H1 183 in the sense of crying out after, lamentation also interjectionally, oh, alas, woe. It goes into, let me just stick to this. So they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Let me go into that. Because this world turns everything upside down, man. And this goes into bad, evil, bad, disagreeable. It's disagreeable. It does not go hand in hand with the law, statutes, and commandments. It goes against it, man. Against the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. It's an abomination. Bad, disagreeable, malignant, bad, unpleasant, evil, unhappiness. And that's a spirit. Basically, you're pushing two things. You're pushing the spirit of adultery, two men and one female. You're pushing out, because that's the image that you put in people's mind. Even though you might not, these people might not both lay with these females because they gave sperm or whatever. But for the outside world, they see like, oh, it's not bad to be with two men and one female. That's going off, man. That creates a spirit of sodomy and adultery, man. This place needs to go, man. It's bad, unpleasant, evil, giving pain, unhappiness, misery, worse than worse. Wrong, evil, ethically. Ethical it's wrong, man. It brings grief because that's what they pushing. And this world is upside down, man. Isaiah 5 verse 20. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Woe, Salahi, that was 20. Let me start at 20. Let me calm down, Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. They say that this is a good thing. It's we're going to have more children. May Yahweh Bashem Yahushua curse you for that, man. Thinking you're something. You're pushing a filthy agenda, man. The Most High ain't down with that, man. The Most High destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah for a reason. It's an example for those who after want to do wicked. 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 6. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. They are an example. You look at that situation, things that are written aforetime are written for our learning. If you read the scriptures, you'll see that that place, Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, and the places that were surrounding them, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. If you read articles like this, it vexes your soul. The filthy conversations of the wicked being broadcasted through the media to bring that illusion. Again, media goes to Medea, the goddess of illusion. And what is Medea? That movie that plays that damn sodomite, the cross-dressing sodomite, that pushes that spirit of sodomy, man. It's not a coincidence. That cross-dressing is off as well, man. This is an abomination because it brings in the spirit of sodomy. So, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, for that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds, being sodomized, lusting after another, doing all types of things that are going against the Lord, man. But they're going to be punished, man. So you can read the rest for yourself. The Most High, He knows what He created. Genesis 1. Let me jump down to 26. And the power said, because this is going into Alahayim, speaks about Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai were the angels. The Most High gave the blueprint. Yahweh Shai created everything with the things you can see, the things you cannot see. Colossians, the first chapter, speaks about that. But He created everything, and that goes into the elect. So here it goes into plural of rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods. The true power is Yahweh, or Yahweh Shai, or the angels. And that goes into the elect. So everything is created in righteousness, man. And what do these people do? They are trying to upset everything that the Most High has established. And the power said, let us make man in our image. That's why you see it's plural. God, Elohim, the powers. Let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. We should not be spooked when we see a snake or a spider or whatever, or a lion jump out, the bushes or whatever, or a bear coming from the woods, because they're supposed to be in subject of us. But everything through sin, went the other way, man. But that's going to be, if you read the book of Isaiah, the children shall, take up these, they shall be around all these animals, man, and not be afraid, man. Because it's going to be good again, like it's supposed to be. But on this side, we need to learn how things are on the left-hand side, to know how not to rule, to know how to be, conducting yourselves. On the right-hand side, you need to know good and evil. So the powers create man in his own image, an image of the powers created he him, male and female created he them. So male and female created he them. That's how Yahweh Basham Yahushai set it up. Male and female. Why? And the powers blessed them, and the powers said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, the birds, everything that fly, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Be fruitful and multiply. Male and female created he them. And yeah, it's male and female, but it's not according to the way of Yahweh Basham Yahushai. A woman should be with one man, not with multiple. That's adultery. Deuteronomy 22 explains you that, man. She's supposed to be put to death, thus said the Bible. If she goes out and fucks every damn rod that she comes across, man. That's not how the Most High set it up. We have law, statutes, and commandments to abide by to the best of our abilities. We have things that are written for a time, that are written for our learning. To see like, hey, I shouldn't be doing this bullshit, man. Let me pray for repentance and pray for the Spirit to not go back to this wickedness and do better. These damn freaking sodomites, man. And then they have the audacity, they have that pride, man. They hide it not. Look at you like they want to do something. But hey, these people are bugged out, man. Multiple demons. That's what they got, man. To bear fruit, to be fruitful, branch off. To bear fruit, be fruitful. The fruit of thy womb, like the book of Deuteronomy speaks about that in Deuteronomy 28. Our people are being wicked now. A lot of our people are being wicked concerning their children. And that's another thing, man. The so-called nigger woman going out there, yeah, it's my choice. So if the child is 2 years old, can you still end the life of that child? Yeah, if the woman has the mother has her choice. Shut the hell up, man. So your mother, if she's still alive, 85 years old, 90 years old, if she says like, hey, you know what, end this bitch life, she's in her right mind and lawful to do that. Our people are stupid, man. Sardis children. And that's what you get for following after the ways of this damn Edomites, man. They are the basis of men, the lowest. Morally and when it comes to wisdom, man. Because they follow wisdom of wickedness, which is not wisdom. Some wicked schemes, man. Let me go back. So let me jump into a few things in there. Don't want to go into this too deep, but let me just let me see. Yeah, let me go back. It goes into the law. And that's basically what it is, man, because the image, they're created in the image of Yahweh Basham Yahushai. That's and the Most High gave them the breath of life, knowing what to do and what not to do. But that's another whole nother thing. Let me see. Let me go into the book of Genesis, the 5th chapter. And let me see. Let me go into this spirit, man. I just wanted to go to this in Genesis 2, verse 18. Salakia. And the Lord Yahweh Power said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him. Salakia. And out of the ground, the Lord Yahweh formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. So that goes into the animals. So here, the helpmeet is the female. Let me jump down. Verse 21. And the Lord Yahweh power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord Yahweh had taken from man made he woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, and this goes into, this is not literal, it goes into the bloodline. Because if you go to you can go to the book where what was it? Genesis 29, wherein Laban also says, let me go into it in a minute. So let me finish this first, Salakia. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and shall be one flesh. You see, you go a man and a woman, one flesh. Not how can you be one flesh without being a sodomite? Because if there's another man there, he needs to go into the back door. You know, or in doing something else, which makes him, that's sex magic basically, man. You go into the back door, you go into these sodomy things of sodomy, man. Being with two men, naked, and one female. Come on, man, that's going off, man. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. So, and this is not literal, because the Most High later gave him the breath of life, which goes into the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, the oral law. It's not about they being there, rawed out, vagina out, and all that, man. That's something that Esau's pushing out there, you know. But let me go to Genesis 29. Yeah, Genesis 29, verse 12. And Jacob told Rachel that he was her father's brother, and that he was Rebekah's son, and she ran and told her father. So that's goes into what? Bloodlines. Being family. And it came to pass, when Laban heard the tidings of Jacob his sister's son, no, his sister's son, that he ran to meet him, and embraced him and kissed him, and brought him to his house. And he told Laban all these things. You see? And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh. And he abode with him the space of a month. So we're family. That is what it goes into. Because there were more. If you go into the book of Genesis, let me go back. You can see that there were more people. This is the book of Genesis. Let me read like this, because let me also grab it here. Oh, wait a minute. Let me jump also on this. Genesis 25, verse Salachia. Verse 20. Let me see. Yeah. Verse 20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padan Aram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. You see? So if you read in Genesis 29, verse 12, and Jacob told Rachel that he was her father's brother and that he was Rebekah's son. And Rebekah is the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Padan, the sister to Laban the Syrian. That makes them, distant, family. So if you go down, so that's why Laban said, "Thou art flesh, surely thou art bone of my flesh, and abode with him in the space of a month." They're family. You know. So let me go back to let me see, Genesis 5, verse 1. This is the book of the generations of Adam, and that word goes into. Let me go into the blue, in the blue letter first, and then I'm gonna jump into the etymology thereof. And these are the descendants, results, proceedings, generations, genealogies, account of men and their descendants. Genealog Man, what a tongue twister. Genealogical genealogical man genealogical list of one's descendants. Man, one's contemporaries, course of history of creation, etc., begetting or account of heaven metaphorically. So it's the generations. This is the generations of Adam. So if you go to that word genealogy, there's a line of descent traced continually from an ancestor, and this always is to the father, because that goes into pedigree, the recorded ancestry or lineage of a person's family. And how do you declare your pedigree according to the scriptures? Book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse let me see, verse 2. Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel after their families, by their house of their fathers. Why? Because the man has a seed, he contains the bloodline. But with the number of their names, every male by their polls. And let me jump up to verse 18, or jump down, whatever you want to call it. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees, their race, their genealogy, after their bloodline and their race, of course, after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. You cannot declare your race, your pedigree, pedigree, the recorded ancestry or lineage of a personal family. You cannot decree that, or establish that through the mother. That you can. The mother receives seed. She just bakes, you put the pizza in the oven, you ding, it's done. What comes out is the pizza, but then, it rolls up a bit, or it's not well done. It depends how that's what it is, man. Like the bread will rise up or whatever if you put, leaven in it. You know how it works. You ain't gonna get out a steak if you put in the ingredients of a bread. It's very simple, but this world is, everything is turned upside down, man. And then you get this type of shit. Foolishness. So again, Genesis 5:1. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that the powers created man, in the likeness of the powers made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam. So their name was called Adam because there were more in the day when they were created. So, and what is the be fruitful and multiply? And Adam lived 130 years and begat a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Seth. And the dates, let me, And how did he do that? If you go to, let me see, I need to go back in chapter 4. And Genesis 4 and 1. And Adam knew his wife, and she conceived, and bare Cain, and said, I have begotten a man from the Lord Yahweh. What does it go into? If you, I want to get to know you, you know that song, Marvin Gaye, and then 50 came with it, with Joe and all that. He knew his wife. Well, let me see what it says. Let me see if it says something here. If I'm correct, it does. No, Salak, it doesn't go in here. It only goes into euphemistically and inferentially, in the figurative sense, but this is not. I thought it was here, but if you read on, if you go into, what was it? Let me see. Let me go into that word. It's gonna give here again. This is Genesis 4 and 17. If you didn't catch it, and Cain knew his wife, so he did the thing, right? And she conceived and bare Enoch, and he builded a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. And what happened then? Jump to 25. And Adam knew his wife again. So again, and she bare a son and called his name Seth, for the powers said, she had appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. You see? So that's what it is, man. That this goes into, it can be into being acquainted with someone, but also to really be really, really, really acquainted with someone. To have sex with a person, or intercourse with you know with the female in question. So that's what it goes into, man. No persons having sex, male and female. A man has sex with a woman. I have to say it correctly, because a man cuts into that woman, breaking the hymen. And, you have the token of virginity, but that's an all other thing. The woman bleeds, it's a token of virginity, you know. That's how it went back in the days. And these Ishmaelites, they take everything from us, not the other way around, man. But to go into a few more things, went the whole other route, going into the male and female created then one shall become two shall become one flesh. But just to make that point, man, this we are not down with this with the sodomy, man. This is total wickedness, and this is not of Yahweh Basham Yahushai, man. So let me go into Isaiah 13 verse let me start at verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, because Babylon is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. Revelation, what was it? 11 verse 18. No, not 18. It was a little bit up. Verse 8. Revelation 11 verse 8. and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is Babylon, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, because they take all the wickedness of Sodom and Gomorrah and the Egyptian gods and their practices. That's why it's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Take a look at Sin City, pyramids there, and all types of sphinxes, and you name it, man. All types of wickedness going on, man. Where also our Lord was crucified, was X out. We got Caesar Borgia pushed heavily upon us right there, and we our body in their bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. We just a bunch of corpses there, man. Not knowing our history, man. Not knowing our true power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, not knowing who we are, you know. And they of the people of and kindreds of tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their bodies to be put in graves, because they love to see our people in a state of being dead from the neck up, spiritually dead. That's why they leave us in that situation. But now, to the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we have been, illuminated again, man. Knowing who Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is, knowing the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, or Yahweh Yahushai, knowing who we are, Yasha Allah. Knowing that we are Israel, man. And not a bunch of Africans and all that BS, man. Jamaicans and, whatever you want to call yourself, man. We are the 12 tribes of Israel, man. So, Isaiah 13 and 19, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And it shall be shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. It's all about, them hateful creatures, them creatures that are showing forth the state of that country. It's going to be in a, in a state of, people are going to be lamenting. People are going to see that that place is totally decimated, is destroyed, is flattened, leveled, Doleful goes into what was it, of lamentation of howling, yeah, howling. If you howl, you're not in a good state. It just it's representing the state of their land. So, and satires, hairy, he goat, buck, sacrificial animal. Satire may refer to a demon possessed goat. That goes into something. But that land is going to be nothing but desert. That's the point. Let me go back. Let me also go into this. Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof. This Babylon. You should go in Egypt again. This is spiritually called Sodom and Gomorrah, Sodom and Egypt, America. As a drunken man staggered in his vomit, neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shake it over it. The Most High is gonna, he's visiting this place, man. And the Most High, he mingled in perverse spirit in the midst thereof. And you see that, man. And what the thing is now that Revelation 18 and 3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. The point is, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And you see, and all the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. But, Salaki, let me see. So they all went down with her. They had their they did their thing with America, but it's gonna be destroyed, man. But really, I thought I had the right one. Let me look. Let me go into this. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. They all bugging out, following the ways of that place, man. The nations have drunken over wine. Therefore the nations are mad, totally messed up. Messed up, man. Madness is going on there, man. Let me see. Let me go into the word mad. Are you mad? This is also with these people in the UK, and it comes from madness, which is people are just doing things which are here. It goes into going to something you have to be made a fool of, made into a fool, to act madly, act like a madman. That is what it is. So that's why you see, like in the Netherlands, people doing bullshit like this. Madness. Total madness. And they're gonna be destroyed, man. Y'all decide, hey, this place will end quick, man, because this is vexing to the soul, of men that believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man, in sincerity and truth. So with that, I'd like to say shalom.